So I thought about filming this in stages, but realized that I wasn't able to do that. So I cleaned my brushes today, and some of them I kind of forgot how they looked when they were all clean. As you can see, I do have a large variety, not really a large variety, but I do have a variety of brands for makeup brushes. You can see the wood-handled ones here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Those are all from Eco Tools. The ones that have the pretty blue binding on them, those were from the like the Complexion Perfection set or something. It was available last Christmas, and when the set went on clearance, I snatched it up. I do have a couple of e.l.f. brushes also. I have this fan brush here. I actually got that recently in a sort of kind of haul, I guess you'd say. And where's the other one? Oh yeah, there's this one here, which is the what is it? The Ultimate Blending Brush. This one is the fan brush right over here. I do apologize for all the noise outside. I'm not sure what's going on, so I guess I'll just speak a little louder. Okay, this concealer brush here, I got it in one of my Ipsy bags a while ago. Can you see it? Here, this blue one is a Made You Look brush. Made You Look, or Alexis Fleming, is on YouTube, and her YouTube channel is actually really popular around around this time, actually, around Halloween and the months leading up to Halloween. So she's done all kinds of characters. This is really cool. This little pink one here, if I can clearly get that one, yes. This pink one here, I was actually in the Miss Fabulous palette. I think it's Miss Fabulous palette that Ulta Beauty and a new YouTuber actually collaborated on, so that was cool. This brush here, this is I think this is a blending brush of sorts. I don't know. I don't often use brushes for the correct use. So, yeah, this is an Inspire brush. I think that's what that's supposed to be. But it's a eye fluff brush. Okay, and then over here, I'm going to be going back and forth a lot with these brushes, mostly just focusing on one brand or little individual single brushes at a time. This one here is the only Wet n Wild brush that I have. I use this brush for my bronzers. I have this Real Techniques Expert face brush. I usually would use this for applying my face makeup before I got this one here from e.l.f. Let's see. Excuse me. This brush right here, not that one, but this brush right here, it did have a smaller brush here at the end, but it finally fell off. This brush was actually from the Studio 35 brand. Studio 35 Beauty is the Walgreens brand, and they have their own brushes, and I'm sure if you go to Walgreens and you go to like their skincare section or something, you'll see that that their knockoff brand is of like Vaseline and L'Oreal and Olay and all that. Studio 35 is their brand. of their old 14-piece brush set from BH Cosmetics. That brush set is not featured in this video because I actually have not used them since the last time I did a deep clean of my makeup brushes. I mean, I always do some kind of a cleaning, some kind of cleaning maintenance with my brushes, but when I do a deep clean like this, yeah, the last time I did that was probably a few months ago, probably the beginning of the summer, actually, because remember it was already beginning to get super duper hot. But that rose gold set is not here because I have not used it since the beginning of summer. However, I do have other BH Cosmetics brushes. You'll know those when you first see them by the black handle and the gold bit here before the brush. So, okay, so this is a concealer brush, or I use it for concealer anyway. It's brush 112, and it came in a Face Essentials brush set actually. So I've got this one. I have this brush here. It's a foundation brush number 111. Coming over this way, I have this brush here. This is a stipple brush. Nope. Yeah, this is a stipple brush. You would not believe, well maybe you would, but this brush had a lot of makeup on it. See, I've used it so much you can barely see the number. It's brush 109. And then the one next to it, it could be used as a blush brush or a powder brush. And it is number 108. I also have this brush here. Just a regular angled brush for the face. I use this one for my blush. When I'm not using cream blush, I use this one right here, and this is brush number 110. When I do use cream blush, I actually end up using the foundation brush here. But I've only been able to find one cream blush that I really like, and it is by the brand Circa. Circa Beauty can only be found at select Walgreens stores. I don't know if you've heard me talking about them before, and I'll have to do a video on all the Circa products that I do have. But a lot of the a lot of their products, if not all of them, are they're only found at Walgreens stores. They look, they feel, and they even smell like high-end products, like stuff you'd find in department store. But really, they're a lot more affordable than a lot of the high-end stuff. So I'll do a video on that eventually. And then so I'm just going to go into the other brushes that I do have. The other ones are by this brand right here. This is Mikasa Beauty. I was lucky enough to actually try out the 8-piece set of brushes from that brand. And let me tell you, I am glad I did get the 8-piece essentials kit so that I could figure out which brushes I really liked, which brushes I reached for a lot more. They're all fairly good. I like them a lot, but as far as the face brushes of theirs go, I don't use them nearly as often. The only thing that I don't like about the Mikasa brand brushes is that the big ones anyway, and that is the bristles fall out sometimes. Like when I was using this bar soap to clean the brushes, there was so much hair on this bar soap that I had to clean the soap after each Mikasa face brush that I used. So, if you want to try out the Mikasa Beauty makeup brushes, but you don't want to worry about brushes that have fallout like these do, I actually recommend the eye brushes. I use those eye brushes all the time. Every time. All the time. So, starting from over here. No, that's a concealer brush. Okay. So, this brush right here. Okay, that is the E220 brush. I use that brush to apply eye primer. Now I did do I believe I did a video a few months ago where I was reviewing all 8 brushes. I'll try and find that and link it below. I also did a full LionessBeautyBlog post where I did a review on every single one of these brushes. I will also link that below. Not only will I link that below, but all the brushes that you see here and you see here, as well as all the products right here, minus the bowl. I will link everything you see in this video that's inside this frame, minus the bowl, in the description box below. Okay, so moving on. So yeah, I use the E20 brush for applying eyeshadow primer when I do use primer. This next brush is the Mikasa E300 brush. Whenever I do the smoky eye, which is almost all the time, this is the brush that I use. Okay. When it's all nice and dry, it's super fluffy and kind of domed, and this is the one that I use a lot. Next up is the Mikasa E100 brush. Come on, focus. Is it this one? Where is it? I thought I lost it! Okay, so maybe I should have waited until they were all dry to do this, but we'll see. Anyhow, the Mikasa E100 brush is an angled brush. Whenever I want to smudge out any pencil or kohl or whatever liner that I have used, I'll use this one to try and wing it out a little bit. Now I do have hooded eyes, so winged liner doesn't really work, but I use that brush to try and make it work. Okay. Next up is the E310 brush, and this brush, it's pretty much just a pencil brush. Okay, very simple, you know, and the fibers are nice. It's a really nice brush. I like it a lot. I'm actually really glad that I managed to get a pencil brush out of that set. So, this is just your run-of-the-mill smudger shadow brush, or shadow smudger brush, whatever the hell you want to call it. I use that one to smudge out the smoky eye a lot. So moving on to the face brush. I use this. I do use it, even though the bristles tend to fall out. I do still use the face brushes. They're just not my favorite. They're not my go-to. And then the F200 brush is the stipple brush. Looks like it's a dual fiber. Again, since, you know, BH Cosmetics has one here, and I usually find myself reaching for this brush more than this brush here from Mikasa. The final Mikasa brush that I have is your overall powder brush. The bristles on all of these brushes are still kind of damp, but then again, I did just deep clean them all. This is the F100 brush. Okay, so those are all the brushes. Actually, you know what? Wait, I lied. That's not all. Those are not all the brushes. This is #13 Brow Duo brush. Yeah. This is the other Mikasa brush that I have from that 8-piece. So right here, if I can keep my fingers. Okay. That is a small angled brush for working brow product. And then you've got, yeah, that's my knee. And then you've got the spoolie brush. Now I use this brush every single day when I do my eyebrows. Every day. And it's one of my favorites. This is a small kabuki brush from BH Cosmetics. I think I got it as part of I think it was like a free gift or something when I had ordered a palette a while back. This is number 33. And then I have these 3 brushes. These 3 shadow brushes came in the Color Prevails Wet Dry Shadow palettes that I have. In the packaging, I thought they were a lot bigger, a lot longer than this, but compared to my other brushes, they are quite a bit smaller. And then my sponge. I haven't been using it recently. Really couldn't tell you why, but this is the, oh, I need to replace it. Look at all those. This is the sponge that I bought at Ulta. This is the Ulta Beauty sponge, where I think it probably works just as well as the Beauty Blender sponge. So that's nifty. I like it a lot. I think I have another one hiding somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so when I clean my brushes, I took some of this, the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water, especially since it's good for removing waterproof mascara, cleansing and refreshing. You shake it up, and then I poured some in here. And then I took some of this, which is Nature's Truth Aromatherapy, Happiness 100% Pure Essential Oils for energizing. Now I use the energizing one just because usually it's in the morning when I apply my makeup, or I'm getting ready for work and I need to be energized and good to go. As far as I'm aware, this stuff is cruelty free. Let's see if the box says anything about it too. It's gluten free, it's paraben free, and you can use it for all kinds of things. So I'll have to look into it. 100% pure plant based. So that's cool. Quality assured, yay. I just need to make sure that it is in fact cruelty free, so I can add that to my whole list of cruelty free stuff. But I went over here and shook a bunch in there and called it good, mixed it up a little bit. Okay, so both of these bottles were full when I started this. I decided to use them both up because Garnier and Simple kind of surprised me. But both Garnier and Simple are not cruelty free. They still test on animals. So I decided to use these up. And yeah, so I put some of this in there, some of the oil, some of this one, in this jar here, as well as some Burt's Bees. My husband's aunt actually gave this to me this morning. And it's good for cleaning off your face. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and use this to break up makeup on the brushes. So I would take this and I would shake some of it on all these brushes, especially the brushes that had the really, really stubborn face makeup on them. And I tell you what, this worked wonders getting all of that makeup out. So if I'm able to, I'm actually planning on purchasing some of this Burt's Bees cleansing oil with coconut and argan oils. It is for normal to dry skin, which is fantastic because I've got dry skin. And being out in the desert does not help that at all. But yeah, that one's empty. I wanted to, like I said, this is a deep clean. I wanted to make sure I got them all clean. So that was full. This is another one I had. I purchased this Japanese makeup brush cleanser from Ulta a few months ago. It was in the rosewater scent. And I used this in combination with the Burt's Bees to try and get that deep cleansing going on. I am not sure if Japanese is cruelty free or not. That's another one I plan on looking into, and if it's not, well then it's already. Moving on. Okay. So you can get glass bowls like this anywhere at the dollar store, Dollar Tree, all a dollar, whatever. And I had some of this left over. This was from Bath & Body. My mom actually gave this to me last December, I think it was. My sister had given it to her, and my mom didn't really use it a whole lot, so she gave it to me. And I was using it intermittently just to, do brief cleansing or cleanings of my brushes. So not going like totally in depth with cleaning the brush, but I would use this to try and do a quickie clean. But by the end of all this, I was putting this in the bowl, mixing it up with everything else that was in there. Same with the Johnson's & Johnson's baby shampoo. So yeah, I'm not sure if Bath & Body Works is cruelty free or not. Again, I'm gonna look into it. I already had it, so I just wanted to use it up just on the off chance that it's not. And then the Johnson's & Johnson's baby shampoo. I don't know if Johnson's & Johnson's is cruelty free, but I had some of this left, so squeeze that in there. And then whatever brush I was cleaning at that time, at that moment, I'd actually take that brush and stir it in and mix it all up. So there's that. Now this soap, when I first opened the soap this morning, I was not able to completely put the lid on here. It was kind of thick. But with all the washing that I did today, with all the deep cleaning that I did today, it fits in there, so yay! Now I would go back and forth between either using the mixture on the brush and then going on the bar soap, and sometimes I would take a brush and I would use the bar soap first and then the mixture, and then I would either use the bottom of the soap dish, which is raised, to get some of the excess makeup off. I would also use my hand, because at that point there was, there's a lot of raised, not really raised skin, but there's a lot of texture there, especially given how pruny my hands and fingers got toward the end, and they still are. So that's what I did. And I got a couple empties out of it. I'm not usually one that posts, empties videos, but that sucker's empty. This one's empty. This one's, with the little bit of stuff that's in there, you really can't get it all out, so I'm counting it as empty. This guy's empty, and I can't wait to get more of that. This one's empty, and this one is empty. This one, not so much, so that makes me happy. Anyhow, okay, so there you have it. My brushes have all been deep cleaned. And right now I just have them on that nifty contraption to try and get the water to drain down and out and away from the adhesive that's inside the brush handle. I will also link below where I got the idea for the rubber band and plastic cutting board as a way of draining, as well as post where I found the idea to use the bar soap. Now the bar soap that I used is by Shea Moisture. It's $5.79 at Walgreens. I honestly can't remember which one this is, but I will link this as well as everything else that is in this video in the description box below. And looking at the length of this video, it's probably going to take all day for it to upload. So, there you go. And you guys have a good day. I'll link all my social media and stuff below too, okay? Alright, I'll see you guys later.